Hello, everybody. Good Monday afternoon. I hope you all having a fantastic day today. If you haven't joined already, go ahead and just click on that like, subscribe, and notification bell right now, guys. And please stay tuned for today's video. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today's ASMR title is Marriage. Marriage. You're thinking, that's an interesting topic. Well, I got this idea from a comment that someone posted in one of my previous videos, and they said maybe I should talk about it, and so I'm going to. First of all, we have to define what marriage is. Marriage is defined by God as a sacred, holy union between one man and one woman. That's the definition, that's the biblical definition of marriage. And I'm going to read just some scriptures here as we talk about this and why marriage is sacred and why you shouldn't break up with your husband or wife, no matter how tough it is. And again, marriage is between one man and one woman. Now, I know that there are people who don't agree with that definition of marriage, and that's fine, but I'm just going to give you God's version of what marriage is. And this is what it says in Genesis 2:24. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and his mother, and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. And then in Ephesians chapter 5, 22 through 33, it says this: Wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, his body, and is himself its Savior. Now as the church submits to Christ, so wives should submit in everything to their husband. Husbands, love your wives, as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of water with the word, so that he might present the church to himself in splendor, without spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that she might be holy and without blemish. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself, for no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church, because we are members of his body. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. This mystery is profound, and I am saying that it refers to Christ and the church. However, let each one of you love his wife as himself, and let the wife see that she respects her husband. Marriage is a very sacred thing. And by the way, I'm going to say this right off the bat. Marriage is a covenant, not a contract. Marriage is a covenant, not a contract. When people get married and they say their vows to one another, they usually just think about, all the good times we're going to have. But let me just say this right off the bat. Make sure you put Christ in the center of your marriage. And I'm going to read to you what you might be thinking. Well, I'm thinking about getting married. And what would be the traditional wedding vows, you may think. Well, I'm so glad you asked me that question. I'm going to read you the traditional wedding vow is. If I can get my phone to work. And this is a traditional wedding vow right here. In the name of God, I take you to be my wife or my husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, until parted by death. This is my solemn vow. You see, when you put Christ at the center of your marriage, it goes a whole lot easier. I know that there are people out there who get married and they don't put Christ in the center of their marriage and it just folds. If you put Christ at the center of your marriage, it will go so much better. And you say marriage is hard? Yes. I think most people think about the better part when they say their vows, the better part of marriage and the rich part of marriage, and not so much the worst part or the sickness part of it. They only think of, oh, the better part, the rich part, and the health part. Now, you can only separate from your spouse biblically for marital unfaithfulness. If your husband cheats on his wife, or the husband or the wife cheats on the husband, that's the only time you can get a divorce. You say, well, we've been married for 10, 15 years, and we just don't love each other anymore, and so we're going to separate. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but the biblical way of getting a divorce is that you can only do it if, and only if, your spouse cheats on you and you don't want to forgive him. Remember, marriages are hard. They're not easy. They're hard. And the reason why you should never break up with your spouse, even in the hard times, is because when you said that vow to her, you made a commitment to her. You made a commitment to her and before Almighty God that you would stay with that person until they passed away. It's hard, yes, but I want you to have some fun in your marriage. Marriage is designed to be a learning tool. It's exciting. You say, well, how do you keep your marriage exciting? Now, I'm not married yet, but how do you keep your marriage exciting? You keep it exciting by doing things together, learning each other, studying each other. Know your husbands, know your spouse, know your wife. Get to know her likes, her dislikes, her positive habits and her negative habits. Wives, same thing. Get to know your husband's, likes, dislikes, negative habits, positive habits. What food do they eat? What food does your spouse like? What do they like to do? Where do they like to go on the weekends? Get to know your spouse. Let me just say this to you. You put Christ at the center of your marriage, it will go a whole lot easier. I hope that these tips have helped you out. Guys, have a fantastic day. Remember, if you're married, stay strong in your marriage. It will be the best thing for you. And if you have kids as well, show them what a wonderful, godly marriage looks like. Guys, have a great day. God bless you all. And you are loved by God. Remember that life is short. Make it count. Have a blessed day, everybody. God bless you all.